Hello friends, like I promised to you, I'm gonna do a video on the Vivosmart HR. That is, that is a Garmin product. Now, I got a lot of requests when I did the Vivosmart review. I got a lot of requests from people asking me to do further reviews. And first and foremost, thank you so much for the overwhelming response that I got from a previous video on a similar device. And on a special request of plenty of my friends and viewers, and plus, as per my commitment, I decided finally to go ahead and carry out the review without waiting further. So I've been using this device for like about 2 months, and the reason I shifted to this Vivosmart HR is precisely because the Vivosmart had a lot of scratches on the body, and because of the scratches I couldn't see much data on the main screen. Now, as far as design is concerned, I still like the Vivosmart, but what's the use if after a couple of months it's gonna the scratches is gonna make it unusable. So I decided this time to let go of the design and actually concentrate on using the device for a longer time. Well, so as you can see, this device, I got a blue one, of course. So the front is black color, the belt is blue, and the hook here is a black color again. So which is a good combination as such, you know. I wouldn't say this is a very appealing design, of course, but at least it does the job for me. So we're going to first head to the features of this device, and towards the end of the video I'm going to highlight the actual reviews, that is my personal reviews about the device, and to the best of my knowledge I'm going to be honest and I'll try to cover each and every feature as well as the issues with this or the positivities in this particular device. So let's go ahead and start with the features first, and then we'll move on to the review at the end of this video. Right, so friends, this is the device, and as you can see the material here is extremely good. It's very soft, you know. Yes, when you wear this particular device, you actually feel that there is a device on your wrist, unlike the Vivosmart, which is so light and more like an accessory that probably there are times when I completely forget that there's something I'm wearing. But after having this, I do keep having a feeling that there is something on my wrist, and most of the times I have to skip wearing a watch because this keeps showing me the time on my wrist. So right, the first screen here is the time with the date and the day. We move on to the next screen wherein it's showing the number of steps I've taken during the day. Now I've set to automatic, so the goal here is 7257, and I've crossed it. I've basically done 8361 steps until now, and on a weekly basis the device automatically upgrades, and the goal increases according to my daily steps that I take. The next here is the floors that I climb. Now this is an addition compared to the Vivosmart. This was not there in the previous version, and I really like this particular feature of it. So it tells me how many floors I've climbed and how many floors I've climbed back down also. So 6 means the floors that I've climbed up and down. So in all 6 up and 6 down, so total 12. So it counts that way. And of course below that, as you can see, there is a bar here which shows me the movement that I need to move every 1 hour. So I haven't moved for the last 1 hour. That's why the bar is dark enough on the bottom. This is another feature extra, that is there is the Vivosmart Garmin gives how many minutes per week I need to be active. So out of 150, I have been 71 minutes per week is what I've been active so far. But nevertheless, I'm gonna cross it over by doing a cardio tomorrow. So this week, probably I will cross the 150 benchmark. These are the calories, 2479, which is same in the previous version. The kilometers that I have walked or jogged. Okay, the application of my phone is now not connected as of now. Now that's why it's showing no application connection. So while there is a Bluetooth connectivity to it, but the application doesn't remain connected to this app. So every time I switch on the app, it's only then this music function is active. Same applies to weather also. These are the notifications, of course, from my device. Now this is again an additional feature and one of the best feature. Partly best feature, because I'm going to cover this in the reviews. Why did I say the word partly? So for the good part of it is that it's showing my resting heart rate as well as my current heart rate. So my last heart rate was 71 before I got it off my wrist, and the average resting is 47. So I keep wearing this throughout the day, so it calculates every 5 minutes the heart rate using these sensors on the back, and it gives me an average resting heart rate towards the end of the day then. And we're back on the timing. Well, there is a button here. So this button only functions for you to get into the settings or to start your workout. So if I have to start a workout here, there's an option of run, cardio and other. When I click on other, to start this I need to press this button again. So these are the only two functions basically to start this particular in this device. So the second one here is do not disturb, which is off for me. I can set it as on also. This one here is for any alarms that I've set on my app. The Bluetooth connectivity sync, now it doesn't sync automatically, unfortunately, so every time I have to connect the app and then probably go inside and sync it. This is the last icon here is basically if I've lost my phone or something, I can find the phone there. These are my activities. So today's workout is 41 minutes 2 seconds, and Tuesday it was 19 minutes. Tuesday I had done a 19 minutes cardio here, and I did a 46 minutes workout here on Tuesday. So when I click on that, it shows me a snapshot like the time, the distance, the average heart rate, 100 calories that I burned. So it gives me a snapshot of my workouts. Of course, if you want to go in for a detailed workout, you can always connect to the app and see there. The settings, I've selected language English. Time is directly synchronized from my phone. Units are in kilometers. Auto lap is on, so if I'm running, it counts the laps also and gives me a notification. Activity tracking, heart rate, backlight brightness, and restore default. So I'm just going through these features quickly because I've covered most of them on the Vivosmart review. So here we're just gonna touch upon some differences, and lastly, of course, the software version that it has. And now when I need to come back to the main screen, I need to push this again, or else wait for it to come back after like 60 seconds or something. So this is about the device. And for charging, it's a two port here, so it's kind of a half of what the Vivosmart charger was. So so that it doesn't really cover the heart rate sensors here, so that's why they've actually cut it half, and these are only two ports through which it gets charged. Well, so now we're gonna head to the exact review. So what do I feel about this device? And I'm sure most of the people around are looking for answers to that itself. So on the positive side, the pros of this particular device is I don't need to wear an HRM. on my chest while working out. It's always on the device. So most of the times, if I'm lazy enough to take it out from the bag and wear it, it's completely okay, because this has an a heart rate monitor, so it directly calculates. Now this is the basis of this calculation is done on the color of the blood, so it's under the skin that it tracks it. Now I also asked people around that there is an electronic movement, there's something electronic that's moving on my wrist 24 hours, so is it really affecting my health or something? The replies that I got from most of the people, some intelligent people who know a lot about body, said that it's we have a lot of devices around us, and plus our body itself has a static electricity running inside the body. So a small, minor heart rate monitor will not make much of a difference to you. So probably that's not what should be my concern. Uh, Another positive side is when there is light around me in the background, the time, the screen doesn't really show a backlight. So it's little mild and I've set that backlight also to the lowest possible. But at times when I'm in dark and if I want to see the time, I can always tap on the time and the backlight goes on. But right now you wouldn't be able to see it because the lights are on around me. So there's a small backlight which goes on, which can indicate the time to me. But during the day, this time is always on. I wish they could do something about that. I don't really want the time to be always on the screen. So that was there were a couple of positive points. Other things, so main thing is the heart rate, of course. So I don't need to carry an extra device for this. And the second positive thing is this does not catch scratches. While it does on this particular screen, as you can see, there is a small scratch if you can see in this video, but that's still acceptable, so as long as it's not affecting the view of the screen, it's completely fine. Well, so other than that, I did not see any issues. So I did clear out the fact that it loses connectivity with the app on the phone. So synchronizing it needs at least once in a week. You need to open the app so that the synchronization can happen. But that's a minor thing, so you can live with that. Well, so on the flip side, the things which I don't like about this device, and the major one that I don't like about this, is the heart rate. Now, why I don't like the heart rate function here is when you're running, this heart rate is absolutely correct. There is no second doubt about it. It gives you the perfect heart rate when you're running. There's no variation. I've compared it with other devices also. But when you're doing weightlifting, or if you're on the treadmill or you're on the bicycle, the heart rate does not show the correct picture. So while my heart rate should be 125 to 130, at that particular time it shows around 90. So there is a variation of 30 to 40 points, BPMs. So that's a major fault in this device. It's not good for those who are gym goers. For running it's perfect, but for other activities it doesn't really give the right picture. So I wouldn't recommend if you are if you're going to use this for the gym and weightlifting sessions. So that was one of the major flip side of this device. The second issue here is the charging point. So the charger that comes with this, the cable is extremely small. So I need to keep the device pretty close to the main socket. So that's not enough. Unlike the Vivosmart used to give a long cable with it. And so that actually makes it difficult sometimes to charge the device. So the second issue with this device is there's no option to stop the heart rate monitor for the entire day and use it only during the workout. So if you want during the workouts, then you probably have to keep it always on, or else you have to go into settings and then turn it on, so which is a little bit tedious. So probably if Garmin, if you're listening to this, you should have a function wherein I can use the HR heart rate monitor only for my workouts and not during the entire day, because I don't really want to keep tracking the whole day, and neither do I have the time to look at my heart rate every now and then. It's only during my workouts that I actually want to track it down. So that's the second issue with the device. And the third issue is, since this heart rate monitor here is popping out a little bit, it leaves a mark on your skin if it's on a particular part of. So I usually wear it a little loose, so it keeps moving. But if you want the correct HR, you have to keep it a bit tight. So while I'm working out, it's tight on my wrist, and the moment I make it loose, I can see a mark on my skin. So uh, probably I don't like that thing. I don't know how Garmin can do away with that, but for the HRM to work, probably they have to protrude it out so that it can correctly measure your heart rate. But the mark on the skin is something that puts me off again. So these were the couple of flip sides of this particular device, and yes, and one more major one which I skipped is wearing this. Is looks more like a watch to me than a fitness band. So I would always prefer an accessory kind of a look for a fitness band rather than a watch kind of a look. So this particular belt and the hook here, this gives a watch kind of feeling to this particular device. So as far as design is concerned, I am not very happy with it, but because of the inbuilt HRM, this was the only possible option that I could go in for. So I believe I've covered most of the aspects here, and I hope Garmin is listening and they come up with a device which is much more user friendly, has a lot of, at least does away with all these issues that I just listed down. And yeah, so before I go offline, I need to tell you, unlike the previous version, you cannot pull out the screen. It cannot be flipped out. It's inside only, so you can't even change the band. You have to stick to the same band every time, and so it's all attached inside. So as you can see, this whole thing is the device here, so you can't keep changing things here. Fair. So I think I have done enough justice by enlisting the pros and cons. And if you seriously like my review, if you really appreciate what I have covered in this video, please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Thank you so much for your time. Bye bye.